please call the roll.
Alderwoman Staton.
Here.
Vice Mayor Key.
Here.
Alderman Adams.
He is walking to the door as we speak. You need to just say here.
Alderwoman
man.
Arnold.
Here, they're calling roll.
All right, we'll just take a brief pause here until Ben gets with us, and then we'll, excuse me. All right, Ben, you're just in time.
Alderman Adams.
Here. Thank you, Madam Recorder. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand with us as Vice Mayor leads us in prayer?
In the name of Jesus, dear Heavenly Father, we come to you, Lord, in the only way we know how, asking you to please forgive us for all of our sins. Lord, we thank you for your grace and your mercy. Lord, we thank you for all your wonderful blessings. God, we thank you for how you look beyond our many, many faults and you see our needs. Lord, I ask that you will look down on each and every one of us, Lord. Bless us, the balance of our family. And Lord, as we go through this meeting, I ask God that you will lead us, guide us, and direct us in the path that you would have us to go. And God, I'll be so careful to give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. In Jesus' holy name we pray. And everybody said amen.
Amen. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Chief, will you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of
the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please take a seat. I'd like to welcome everyone to our work session this evening. I believe it will be a productive one. What I'm going to do, if y'all wouldn't mind, members of the board, I have updated packets. So if you have a previous packet, grab one of these in the middle of the table.
Yeah, I thought we all.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. Let me get over on that agenda. So, I'll go ahead and get started. And now, what I'd like to do, if it's agreeable to the board, is we're going to do a couple of things this evening. We're going to preview and look at our workshop action items. But some of these items you have seen before. So I will give you a brief update on where we are in position of these issues or these efforts that we're into. And then we will also take a brief look, won't keep you here all night, on the state of our town presentation that's going to be given to the public on the 2nd of April. So, and again, I won't sit here and drill down 30 minutes on every slide, but I do want you to look at it, and I want you to add or take away or give me ideas on where we are on that presentation. It looks like it's going to be a good turnout for that. So first thing you'll see on your workshop action items is we actually did purchase the jetter, and we thank you for that. And it will, actually it's going to arrive Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And we need that thing in here quick. So we're very pleased that that unit is coming in, and it will go to work immediately when it gets here. Jason Lynn of Jetback will be here at 9 o'clock on Wednesday, and he'll give the crew a tutorial. There's not much difference between the operation of that and the 747 that we're trading in. We're just getting a newer model, a lot better model. So we're really pleased with that. Now, very important thing. You will see on the back of your packet here an order. And this order is from the Tennessee Board of Utility Regulation. Now, I spoke with y'all a few days ago about this elected officials required training. That, and we talked about it, and as we all know, an elected official, especially those who manage a utility system, is required to conduct at least 12 hours of training per year. And as you remember from last work session, here's the link to be able to go do that training online. This order says that the city of Bluff City, along with some other municipalities, that it has been determined that everyone on the board has not completed their necessary training.
When did all this stuff happen, starting, Jeff? I've been on
Last
board
year.
5 years and
Yeah, about
I've never heard. And
Last year,
Jason's never sent me anything. I mean, you said something about if we didn't complete it, we may not be able to run in, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna run anyway,
Yeah.
but in the next election and all that. Cause, you know, I mean,
last year, there was a lot of legislation for this. And this year, it has really come to play for elected officials that help manage, sit on the board of the utility system. This is nothing to be afraid of.
oh, I'm not afraid of it. I mean, I'm not afraid of it. I mean, my time's precious, you know.
But what is required of everyone on the board?
Well, I mean, I don't mind
Yes,
if it's required, but it's just something that, you know, if I got time to do it, I'll do it. If I don't,
But
I'll, you know.
Here's the thing, Terrell, about this order. If the entire board does not complete their training within the time frame specified in this order, we will be ineligible for grants.
Okay, so that's the main thing. If we
Yeah.
don't do it, okay, then see, you should've just said it like that.
Right, well, it's in the order, I just got the order.
You said April first to get that done?
May,
So,
May 1st.
just like we talked about in the last work session, you remember I
I
talked to
remember
y'all?
that.
Yeah, I didn't know about this order.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why Jason didn't send something letting us know that if we didn't do this, we wouldn't be eligible to run in the next election.
Well,
I gotta get my tags all last.
Yeah, well, that's a different place, but anyway, so we as a board need to use this link and go in before the 1st of May and complete at least 12 modules, 12 hours of training. And then once you complete it, please bring me your certificates and I will scan them in and send them to the comptroller, to this board's office, proving that we have completed our training.
Can I say a quick?
And there have been a couple of us already completed.
Yeah, I know.
So the courses are only about 45 minutes.
Yeah, there is.
And there's no question and answer.
Right.
And then you just print your certificate, so it's really not even an hour for training.
Oh, it's not that I don't mind doing it. I don't
Right.
mind doing it, but if it's something that I don't absolutely have to do, like I
Sure.
said, my time is very precious.
But you
I
have,
was just trying to
we have to
Right,
do this.
let you know it's not
Right.
really
Yeah,
that long when you're watching.
right. Thank you for that, Lord. We have to do this.
Well, you know, like I said, I'm just wondering why Jason didn't say something about it, because you had stated something about that you may not be eligible to run in an election.
That's right.
Yeah, which I don't know.
Well,
anyway, but,
this order just came a couple of days ago. The formal order that you see.
and this came from who? Where did the order come from?
This comes from the Tennessee Board of Utility Regulation, which is part of the comptroller's office.
Oh, okay.
And if you'll look back through the order, it's signed by Greg Moody, he is the chair. And if you read it, which Ben he can give you the legal speak on
That's
this.
okay, I understand it.
But basically, if we don't complete as a board, complete board, then we're talking $2 million on table.
Mhm.
That's pretty much where we're at, so.
Well, I know
It
would look
won't
good if
be
we all
any,
did
I'm
it.
telling you, it's not hard. at
Oh, honey, I'm
all
not worried
to do
about
this
that.
training.
You know.
So if you don't mind, please go ahead and complete this training, at least 12 hours, there's 18 hours on there, you only need 12. If you like to do the 18 hours, that's great. Lori and I've done the 18 hours, so, and I did it during the holidays, during Christmas, so I was working, just watching the training, it was no problem.
You could absolutely do something else.
And actually, some of these modules are very, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good information in there. So, and please get me your certificates no later than the 1st of May, so that I can scan them in and send them to
Is
the.
there a certificate for each module?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just, at the end,
It's like-
it
It's
says
just
print
one.
certificate, and you go.
Just watch a video.
Now, if you're not with a printer, you can save it on your desktop and print it later, if you want to. But I will need the printed certificates so I can submit them to this board showing that we're in compliance. And if you need So, any further questions about that? All right, networks commitment, Lisa actually had some questions on that networks commitment. So, just in a nutshell, we are one of the founding members of the Network Sullivan County Partnership, along with Bristol, Kingsport, and Sullivan County. It is an economic development group, and its mission is basically industrial. They go out, have about $4 million worth of assets right now, which means land, pretty much, or buildings that can be marketed to bring in industry into Sullivan County. There is an opportunity to purchase some land near the airport. And the price of that land is basically about just a little over $1 million. And I can go to that if you want me to go to that, but in a nutshell, we as an economic development group, Bluff City, Bristol, Kingsport, Sullivan County, would like to purchase that land, and each of the partners would pay a percentage of the price. The biggest chunk would come from Sullivan County, and it's a little bit over $500,000. Kingsport would have an investment of a little over $300,000. Bristol would have an investment. We, since we have the smallest population, only have ask for a 1% out of 100% investment, and that investment would be $11,000. This is easily done by us to remain in a partnership from the general fund. It will not rob any other fund. And also, this property, if you've looked at it and you're deliverable, is near the airport, it's very marketable, and it will eventually create jobs for our citizens and the citizens of Sullivan County. And that's all it is. Now, if I'm not explaining it well enough, Clay Walker, the CEO of Networks, which some of the board members have already met, will be glad to come and tell you right down to the each. But that's it.
Okay.
We're asked to contribute 1% of that price, which is $11,000.
That sounds good, but right now, in my concern, I got a lot of calls, messages. I knew the roads were bad. I knew they were bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad until somebody brought it to my attention. On Railroad Street, you remember at one time, I remember when Mayor Wells called and told me that the road caved in and a car could fit in it. Well, it's sinking again, and all they do is fill it with rocks. That $11,000, I mean, you could use that to pay somebody to pave the road a little bit instead of putting rocks there.
We can do that on our own.
Well, we need to do it because
It's on our radar.
when do you think we will be able to do it? I think I mentioned it before.
We're coming up on a budget now. We're trying to allocate the funds, but we're talking about two different pots of money.
Well, but still, money, we need to
So,
concentrate on
what-
getting things done here.
I think we're doing a great job of getting things done.
Well, and then
It's,
also, my focus, Mayor, my focus is these water bills. If we got money to invest in this, that, or whatever, let's take care of home. Let's take care of home, the water bills. I don't even want to hear anything about increases this year. I mean, spending money here
With
and
you
there.
100%, but the water and sewer enterprise is different.
I know, we use money to get the
Different
jetter.
business.
Yeah,
Different business.
yeah, I understand that. But we allocate too.
So,
We need to think about our citizens, these water bills. We need to think about the roads, our roads. I mean, we've done good things, we've come a long ways, and we're doing great things. But our roads, I didn't realize they were so bad.
and that's actually in this agenda, so.
Yeah, we need,
We'll touch on that.
talking about doing all this, we gotta get these roads done.
But, again, I remind the board that we are a founding partner in Networks. We have been for over 20 years. Networks has produced countless amount of jobs in Sullivan County and brought in, and I can show you the statistic, over $1 billion of revenue.
How long have?
$1 billion, 20 years, we've been in 20
Oh,
years.
I didn't, okay. I didn't
Right.
know that.
I think it sounds like I just need to have Clay Walker come and talk to the board. And perhaps he as an economic developer can better explain the investment. It has nothing to do with water and sewer, has nothing to do with paved roads. It would be from the general fund, it's only $11,000 out of $1 million. And it could create jobs for us. So, you think about it, we'll come back to it. Community relations meeting, just FYI, is scheduled for May 4th, that next one, that last one, Carol was here. Very successful, Barkley Venture, as I call it, the 19E improvement project, we're still working on that. Trevor is, he's thinking about doing more than he originally thought, and it's gonna be retail business. It's not concrete yet, but more to come. Pretty soon, within, obviously, Commissioner, with your schedule, we will begin, work sessions for, one work session for the upcoming annual events, which is Patriot Day and Heritage Day, or days, according to what we decide. And, the budget is there again for 24 and 25. So we'll begin to set in budget session. We wanna try to do that earlier this year, and look at what we're doing next year and try to get something in on time to the comptroller's office.
When do you think we'll start budget?
I'd like to start it in April.
Okay.
Sharon and I'll talk about that, because there's a lot of stuff Sharon has to do on the backside, as far as settling up, and we have revenue predictions from the appropriation, but they are predictions at this point. I mean, if you said, hey, go figure out how much money we've spent this year, yeah, we can spit that number out for you, we know that. But as far as what we appropriated and what the real revenues are, property taxes are still coming in. I mean, it's just numbers look like this every single day. So in April, we'll start talking about, now I will be meeting with the department heads in regard to their budget request this next Thursday. And we'll try to get an idea of what Greg and Alan need for this next year. And then we can come to you and talk about it. Railroad Crossing Safety Grant, that has been solidified. I did sign the contract for that grant. The board agreed unanimously to do it. And so that's done. What we'll do with that is that we'll move forward and we will soon bid that project as part of the package. Now, Norfolk Southern is coming in. You've probably seen equipment massing up there if you go up Holston. And Norfolk Southern is gonna come in pretty soon and start doing the renovation work. That's about a $500,000 project, and that's through the MTPO, not through us. And then as a follow-on project, the striping and the signage that we're receiving a grant for, $10,200 would follow that project. So the money's there, and the contract's been signed. And that project will need to be bid due to its size, $10,200. So once I get a fix on when that Norfolk Southern's coming in and doing the renovation, I can better know when to set it out for bid and follow it up. Local government hardware and software is tracking right along. Sharon and her team are doing wonderful, assimilating the next gen modules that have already been implemented. So, and again, as I said in the last workshop, we're gonna hold on the utilities module until after budget. Chamber of Commerce, that is still out there as far as if that's something we wanna do in the future. I owe you more information on that, so we'll just pass on this one till we meet again. Town Hall repairs, renovation, and beautification. As close as we are to the next budget now, we're just kind of sizing up when we wanna do that and what the revenues look like coming in, so. More to follow, multimodal grant, I'll have something for that in the slide deck for you, I'll show you in a minute. You'll get a TDEC project update in the slide deck as well, when you see it in a few minutes. Paving grants through the MTPO and, I skipped, TDEC. The MTPO has not met, so I have not had the opportunity to go before them and talk about resurfacing. They will meet in April sometime. So, again, backing up on what we talked about in the last work session, there are 3 routes that the MTPO could help us pave here in the town that are perpendicular or adjacent to state arteries. They are Lakeview Drive, Weaver Branch, and what they call Old Elizabeth Highway, which is Carter Street to us. What needs to happen to be able to try to capture some of those funds is that I sit on that board, I need to appear before them, because at some time in the past, they decided not to do resurfacing projects as an MTPO. So I need to present our case to that board. But the caution is, if they decide to accept resurfacing projects, that means open to everybody, not just Bluff City, every member of the MTPO, which is Washington County, Johnson City, us, Unicoi, and Irwin, you know what I'm saying? So it's kinda, you gotta be careful. It can't be like a specific thing, hey, just make it so Bluff City can do, it's not gonna work that way. So, but in April, I'm gonna pitch the pitch and see if we can do something on paving, that'd be great. Sharon and I, as well as we bring you a budget plan, we are mindful of the paving needs in town. You know, we're trying to do a better job of getting out here doing patching with Alan's crew. They don't have equipment to do it, they're not skilled in paving, we don't have a lick of the paving equipment here, we've never had. You know, so the best course of action for us is to find those projects and subcontract them to a paving company to be able to come in and do it for us. So we are looking at that. Again, paving is super expensive. It's about $1.5 million a mile to pave.
I'd like to ask the board if you get an opportunity to drive down Railroad Street.
Oh, yeah, it's
I mean,
terrible.
and
Yeah.
When school's in session, they have to go that way to get
do
to the
you
house.
drive out that
Have to
little
go all
road?
the way around.
That's what
Out
I
the
do.
little road?
Yeah.
How do you go out that little road? Is it dead end?
I don't go out that road, but I mean, I go around that way.
Okay,
Okay,
so you
go
never
out-
really
go out
drove
there.
out through there?
Yeah, I mean, it's in bad shape.
Yeah. Oh
No,
my
I know
gosh,
it's
it's
terrible.
sinking in,
Yeah.
and I don't see why we can't do we need to do something.
And I will tell
It's
you
just
that
sinking in.
Norfolk Southern is aware of the problem as well, because we communicate with them. And, we've actually had some issues where there has been sinking in the railroad beds.
Yeah,
And Norfolk Southern has come out, and the problem is, just like when we fixed that big leak a little while back
Yeah.
out there on Railroad Street, there is a network of caves and caverns under
yeah,
that piece
that's
of
what I
road.
heard, it was a cave.
Because, and it goes all the way out to the river,
Mhm.
I mean, the
Time
lake,
train
not the
comes,
river.
it vibrates.
Mhm.
So, we noticed that because we had that big leak for, we don't know how long. And it was shooting straight down, and I'm telling you, when we were fixing that thing, I mean, it was just, it was just going away. I mean, I don't know where it was
So
going.
what do I tell them, the people, cause I will get back with them, we're not gonna fix it until we get ready to pave, or
No,
we're
we're
looking at-
looking for funding to do it with.
that really will blow their cap, that ain't what you do with
Well,
the
I
money.
mean, I can't lie to
You know, but the thing about it, that's what I thought we were gonna do, you know, with the COVID money and all that, the infrastructure. That's what I thought we were gonna do, use it to upkeep
Yeah.
infrastructure. I don't know what happened to that. I don't
Well,
know.
it was used, I mean,
And and I thought it was gonna be used for our roads and all that.
regardless, we need to come up with a plan quick.
We really do.
We did. And those projects are big So,
Is there a list of roads that in Bluff City,
Absolutely,
like
yes.
from?
We don't have money, to be able to get somebody to maybe put some concrete over it or something? Build it up a little bit,
the-
pave it or
yes,
something?
yes, we do,
Well,
but
why can't we?
the problem is it's bigger than that because of the caves and caverns underneath it. Like I say,
Right, I
part of it is
understand.
in the railroad
I
easement. Now, we could go out there, we could, I don't know, we could hire XYZ paving company and go out there and say, hey, pave this over.
Yeah.
What's it gonna look like in 2 months? I mean, we don't know, that's what I'm saying.
True, but
It's a
it's
bigger
gonna, it
problem
knocks your
than we-
wheels out of balance and everything else
Yeah.
driving down through there,
Yeah.
it's awful.
So,
Well,
I
would the
don't
railroad
mind,
people do it?
huh?
The railroad, you said the railroad?
No, they don't
No, I
pay
didn't think
roads.
they would, I
They
reached
don't
out
pay
to them as I thought they would.
I will tell you though, I am fully aware of that, and there's 2 or 3 other places in town that need paving immediately.
So it's not a paving issue with this particular road?
It's a bigger issue.
It's-
Oh, yeah, it's all the road.
It's a bigger issue, because like I said, when we went on that leak here a while back, and we were losing a mega amount of water down there. And, and also, back in the past, you will remember, you know, that whole area in there, a portion of it collapsed completely. And what happened was, they came in, and our engineering firm before us, they come in, and they poured it full of concrete. And that was one of the challenges we had in trying to fix that leak, because we just dug the pavement back and we thought we were gonna be able to get into the pipe, and there was 3 to 4 foot of concrete on top of it. And we were in there with little old rock hammers and everything else, just trying to get to
Yeah.
the pipe. I mean,
We definitely.
you know what I'm saying?
think it's
So,
railroads, for sure.
we've got a bigger problem
Yeah.
than that we need to get Meriden Craig involved on the engineering side and see, we gotta stop the sinking,
Right,
what I'm saying.
right.
So that's gonna
and
be the
then
first
fix
step,
the roads.
is to get the engineers to look at this
That
and
is
decide.
correct. And it's on their radar, I can tell you that,
Okay.
you know, I mean,
So hopefully maybe by the summer or something like that, hopefully we can get something done.
Could they give us a timeline of when they could?
I will give you a timeline at the next meeting,
Okay.
but don't think I don't know about it.
Oh, I know you know, but
Yeah.
I
I'm just
remind
asking
you.
because I don't know the ins and outs of
Right.
this. So thank
Right.
you.
Sure thing, sure thing, okay.
I mean, we came into this was there.
Yeah,
You
well,
know, I mean,
we're gonna have infrastructure to fix forever, and,
Oh, yeah.
and who replaces us will be fixing infrastructure too.
exactly.
You know, but there's hot projects like this one, but now this one's complex. I mean, there's places right now in town that you could just go out and take and mill it and cut it and repave it, resurface it, and it'd be great. That one is bigger problem.
And I think
Yeah.
when you're talking to these people, maybe emphasize that there really is a structural problem.
Oh, they know about it, yeah.
It always seems better when
Yeah,
when you
but
get.
it's not ever because we don't want to do it,
Oh,
I'm
no,
telling you.
oh, no.
I mean, if we had the
Oh, yeah.
ability and the money, we paved every road in Bluff City, it'd be great. And that would be the first one, you know? But I will report back to you a more definitive answer.
Okay,
Next
sounds
time
good.
I see. you.
Sounds
How
good.
about that? Okay. Food truck park, that's still a working project. I'll give you more on that as that comes together. We have no open positions at this point. Patriot Trail project, nothing further right now, no update.
And that's the DAR. Is that
OBTA,
OBTA.
OBTA.
What's the one, when we were at the museum, they were talking about the Patriot Trail at the DAR?
Same
was-
thing.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're gonna try to tie all these other groups into it. It's actually a national park service.
Right, right.
And us.
And we want it to go through here.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
right. That's, the paying people is not gonna be the DAR.
Oh, right, right.
It's
yeah.
gonna be the fund that's gonna come from Department of Interior, National
Right.
Park Service, local funding.
And Mayor, when you say there's no positions open, are we taking applications?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely,
okay.
there's a link on the website.
Okay,
I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but
No,
over on
I
the
don't
right
go in
side,
there.
cause I put it in,
oh, okay.
when we finally hired Eunice,
Mhm.
then we went in, and I actually changed that link to the new Bluff City application. You just hit it, it
Oh,
opens up
okay.
PDF, you
Oh,
can print it out.
I accidentally hit it the
Oh,
other
great.
day.
Yeah, right, so we're always taking
Oh,
out.
good.
Okay, State Route, signal at 19E and State Route 390. Still working with the engineers on that. The preliminary assessment from TDOT Region 1 engineer said that it was not a high priority, but I don't agree with them, so I'm still putting my finger in for the most part. Because just go out there, I mean, if you're gonna go to the dollar store, or you're gonna go down 19 or whatever, and people get out in the middle of that meeting and nobody knows which way to go.
Mhm.
And the engineer said, well, I think it'll be all right. And I said, I don't think it's gonna be all right.
Try living in Bluff City and going left to.
Yeah, right.
You're not
So,
gonna go, you're not gonna do
It
it.
might meet the code or whatever, but I still don't think it's safe. So I'll keep poking my finger in it and keep it hot. Okay, TDOT Project 11E and Allison Road, I hope to get an update on that when I go meet with the MTPO in April. Dog Park survey, the application is in. I did get a response from Ashton, that's my contact at Norfolk Southern. And she asked for an updated certificate of insurance. PDP did produce that. They wanted Norfolk Southern on the bottom of the COI. So the insurance company did provide me that, and I submitted it to Ashton, and now she's put it up the chain just to make sure that Norfolk Southern will accept our COI. If that is so, and that is accepted, they're slow to get back to you, I tell you that. Then the only piece is that I need to sign a final application, and we'll send in an application fee of $500. And we should then get a lease agreement from the railroad. Once so, we'll bring it back to the board to look at. It's basically an evergreen lease, renewable lease, short term, $300 a year lease.
And we've been taking care of it all the time anyway.
We can
haven't we?
take care of it
For
many
many
years.
years, is
Right.
what I thought.
So I think it'll be fine. Once the COI gets approved, then I think we'll get a lease agreement back. I think it'll be good. I will be meeting with the Facilities Committee of Sullivan County Department of Education on April 15th with Michael Hughes, our district representative, Chuck Carter, Director of Schools. We're going in together, and we're gonna talk about a plan for improving the outdoor space at Bluff City Elementary School, the tennis courts, and some of the ideas that we have to be able to do that. So we're on the agenda for their committee, and I'll be there representing us to talk about it.
Great.
Water improvements, basically, Alan's not here, but I talked to him earlier today. Right now, we are in very good shape as far as tank level. We've been maintaining above 50 feet in the tank without effort. We've got Bristol Bluff cranked down now to about 15 gallons per minute, it's just barely on. And the water treatment plant's producing 260,000 like it should. 260 gallons per minute is what it does. And it seems like us getting out here fixing these leaks is really helping out. So,
Great.
and we'll actually get so high, we got a couple times, I'm proud to report, so high in the tank that it shuts the water treatment plant off. It'll do that. Once it gets so high, it's just like your toilet. When
Right.
it fills up,
Flow.
it'll shut the water treatment plant off because it don't need water.
Right.
So, things are going real well. We, just speak out for Alan a little bit, we're in mowing season now. Today was, our first day of getting out mowing the roads, and, we, in preparation for mowing season, we did do a very thorough maintenance for our mowing equipment, and, got everything ready to go, and did it in a very cost-effective manner. So, we're taking off and ready, and the grass is growing. I think it got pretty much up to here today, which is moving pretty quick. So, you will see them out mowing, and Actually, I came by the job site, and Alan, his men had it properly marked on the road, they had their lime green safety shirts on, everything was going good. So I was
Great.
real proud to see that, so, Public Works training, just one more time, we do have, 4 of our teammates and, going to, two are going to, fundamentals of water distribution in Bloodville in April, and 2 are going to the Cross Connect course, which is a vital piece for us here in town, in Kingsport in April. So we're offering some good training to our employees, and they're excited about it. Trevor and Chris Arnold, once they complete the 5-day fundamentals of water distribution course, will be eligible, if they desire, to take tests for their license.
Great.
So that'd be really good. I mean, right now, we have Terry Banner has, she's certified water distribution operator. And it'd be really good if we had a couple more.
Right.
And then Wes and Trey, will go, and, the Cross Connect, if you know, it's a valve that we use, it's a backflow valve. Like, for example, in a funeral home, there's always a cross connect valve in there, a backflow valve to ensure that some of those chemicals don't come back in the water system. It's got 3 different check valves in it. And, there's one at the car wash, same way, different places in town. And, right now, we subcontract that, the state verification per year, on those cross connects to a firm, which they just did it, matter of fact. But getting these guys trained will help us, because we won't pay that money out anymore. We'll use our own employees, and we can check them more frequently than a year.
Excellent.
So, it's good news. I mean, that's what we wanna do. We wanna invest in human capital here. We wanna offer training opportunities for employees. Greg, which he's stepped out, looks like, and, Greg and, Jamie and the Blue Team leadership, this last year and moving forward into the next budget year, will continue to offer a generous amount of training opportunities. It's a twofold. 1, it makes us sustainable. 2, it retains folks. They want to be involved. They want to get out here and learn more. And it's pushed us to another level as a police department. So, we've got guys like David Juzak back there, future chief of police, man.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
be retired with Chief of Florida.
You ain't retired. We're the same age almost.
Yes, sir.
So, anyway, that's pretty much the action items in the shells. So, is there anything specifically you'd like me to circle back now and cover again?
I just have one question about the network.
Yeah,
Are there already businesses that they've looked at?
yes.
As far as the industrial, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And, I think it sounds like the best thing, honestly, is let's just get Clay Walker up here and sit down and let him talk about it.
Cool. Okay.
I'm about the opportunity. I think it's a great
Yeah,
opportunity.
definitely.
But I'm there with it. I
Right.
hear it and see it, and y'all don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
right.
Clay can speak in real time on,
Right.
what businesses are interested in that property
Mhm.
and this and that. Give you a better brief.
Right.
And, we ain't no hurry. Everything's all right.
Good.
So, we'll just get Clay on the agenda, and he hadn't been talk to us for a while anyway. He can come talk about it. Okay? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Mary, thank you. Everything seems like it's going good, don't it?
I don't have anything bad to report. So, if y'all are good with this, I'm gonna go through the state of our town here real quick. I'm gonna give you a preview of this show. And I'm gonna talk you through the slides. This is a draft. This is a draft. I'll say that. It's not final. And it's not complete because the police department piece is not in here yet. Alan has not put his slide in here yet, or slides, however he wants. And then Jean Ann will have a slide for the courts. So, but this is the shell of what the public would potentially see on my birthday next week. So here's first slide. Notice the capitalization state of our town. Purpose Basically, primary purpose is provide public visibility, and then, the purpose is also to share future state vision goals and initiatives.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Uh,
Is it over?
Basically, here's the agenda for the presentation. Current state, vision, missions, values, and goals, the economy and our financial position, project status, administration, public works, police, municipal court, and then the questions. And this is the truth. The state of our town is stronger than ever before. Here's our vision statement. And, this is a draft that I'm gonna offer, and I'll email this to you if you want, we'll print it out, whatever you like. But, this is to me, our vision statement is that we're a collaborative regional partner, delivering exceptional services and enhancing the quality of life while fostering an atmosphere where families and business can thrive. We will thoughtfully grow as an inclusive community that protects residential character, historical resources, promotes multi-beneficial development, and ensures respect for one another and the environment. Anybody, any comments about our vision statement?
Is there a prior vision statement? Is there a prior vision
No.
statement? Oh, okay.
We're writing,
Okay.
we're writing a book. This is it. This is it. I need to put a comma right there, but I'll fix it. I see where
Okay, so no, I shouldn't do any of that.
I like that,
Yeah, no, we're writing a book right now.
I like that.
All right, our mission statement. Town of Bluff City, Tennessee and Bluff City Waterworks deliver fiscally responsible, highly dependable services to the citizens of the community with the utmost integrity and professionalism. Anybody have any comments on the mission statement?
It's accurate, incredible.
Short, to the point, says what we're here to do. Okay, our values. Terrific is the acronym for our values. As a staff, trust, effectiveness, responsiveness, respect, integrity, fun, innovation, and customer satisfaction. And as you can see, they're basically just common sense things. We do what we say we're gonna do. We try to perform everything with excellence. We exhibit a sense of urgency. We treat people well. We will do the right thing. No day is complete without laughter. Bluff City should be a fun place to live and work. We look for and embrace new and better ways to do things, and we delight citizens every day through exemplary service. That is the staff's potential values. Terrific. Any comments? Our core values, I'm not gonna get down in the weeds on these, but basically there are leadership, inclusiveness, integrity, collaboration, and stewardship. Again, we're writing the book here now, so our goals, our financial goals, I think I've showed y'all these before. But basically, we want to sustain and maintain the lowest cost of living possible. We want to get rid of debt, avoid future debt. We want to closely manage budgets, try to maintain a surplus every year, and we want to maintain our current reserves for emergencies or opportunities to reinvest. Capital, we want to seize, clear, and present opportunities to reinvest in the town's aging infrastructure with TDET, TDOT, and similar grants. Look for opportunities to acquire property in order to increase town's net worth and prepare for future expansion. Invest in newer and more modern equipment for all departments. Recruiting and retention, Lisa, that used to be your forte. Basically, we want to look for new business. We want to cultivate tourism and historical preservation. We want to develop a residential and commercial retention program to keep folks here, both businesses and residential in Bluff City. We're mindful of cost savings and efficiency at the department level. We're always looking for continuous improvement. And in communication, we work every day to try to communicate better both internally and externally. And we have established, and we do maintain a team-based forum where everybody's idea or suggestion is known. It's easily socialized, it's all the same value, and it's greatly appreciated. Any questions on the goals? All right, here's where I need your help, especially Carol. These are some of the milestones. I thought about some of the things that we've accomplished in the last couple of years. And first thing that I could think of is that we did complete RD Phase 3 once we put our foot on the gas in 10 months. We've made vast improvements to the water and sewer system, and we're seeing those benefits
Yes.
now. Notable improvements to public safety, and at that can, there's 20 ways. Hadn't had a fatality here in over 24 months. Drugs are coming off the street. Today, the chief and I, which he's not here, sat here and we counted out almost $3,000 in cash and seized drug money over it's cash now in the last little bit. Now, the police department are gonna have a presentation of their own embedded in this, and it's gonna show you some of the stuff that they're doing. But we are a safer place because of the investment we've made in the police department. We've added some staff and introduced some new structure into the team. All three departments, all three teams, red, white, and blue. We have equipment and facility modernization. We've really put a lot of focus on equipment, especially the public works and police side, and it's paying dividends. It needed it. System upgrades and modernization, we are far more digital today than we ever have been. One of the things I like here is total synchronization of board and staff. We have a relationship now that the board and staff, I don't know, at least in my time, have never had. And I feel like that the board is informed, and the staff works, they understand that the board oversees them. We all do, because I'm a staff member too, per se. But it's like a ladder on the ground. We're all working toward the same thing. We're horses in the same harness. Business and customer service improvements. The business acumen level is noticeably higher. And then person and supply chain related, that's kind of stuff y'all don't see behind the scenes, but Sharon will tell you, her and I, we buy things better, we get invoices better. I mean, stuff we do that's boring, it works better. So, and we're looking for improvements all the
That's
time.
why she's so tired right now. Super tired.
So anyway, can you, especially Carol, can you think of anything else in the last 2 or 3 years that was phenomenal? Anything else that we did? I mean, we've done some really nice things, like we dedicated Wells Park, and we, did certain things with events. But I mean, as far as
One of my big things is I'm thankful that, we have our little disagreements at times, but we don't get out and try to cut each other up or badmouth each other, and we agree to disagree, and seem like the board is coming together. I mean, if Ben say no and I say yeah, I'm not gonna get mad.
it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all
And
right.
I'm thankful that we have a board that seem like want to come together and do what's right.
I agree.
And that's a biggie. That's a biggie.
It is a
And you
biggie.
all know that we don't talk to each other on the phone. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna vote. You don't know how I'm gonna vote. We don't talk to each other.
Things in those.
I mean, it's in the open, and I appreciate that. And not only that, it was a biggie. Well, down here at the Moors, when they was having that raw sewage in their
Oh,
yard and
yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
And then I've helped people that had problems, and you know about it, and we got it taken care of, and they were reimbursed. See, a lot of times people don't hear the good things that we do.
Oh, I know.
You know, they don't hear the good things we do when people call and we go out and we help them and get things done. So really, we've come a long ways.
I totally agree.
We come a long ways. You know, you hear a lot of negative stuff, but you don't hear it when somebody call you or come to your house and you go out with them and help them and make sure it's done. You don't hear that. You only hear negative stuff. So I think we've come a long ways.
Thank you for that.
Don't you?
I do, I agree.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm gonna talk about the local economy a little bit. Now, one thing that's very noteworthy is, and I've said this before, and I did verify this statistic yesterday, matter of fact. We're one of the least expensive places to live in Tennessee. And that is the true number, $1,435 is what the average resident pays to live here in Bluff City. That, and it's the second lowest in the region. So it's affordable. Now, there are some challenges, and I want the public to know it's hard, you know, you talk about stewardship of town funds. You're doing it against that. The CPIs went up 3.2 in the last 12 months. The prime lending rate is 8.5%.
Dang.
It went up
Like
again?
4 times.
Yeah, gas, diesel at 4.044. Average new home cost, and I did verify this statistic with the National Association of Realtors. Here, if a young couple or anybody wanna move in Bluff City, now our median home price is hovering around 200,000 right now. But if you're soup to nuts, $270,000. And that's a young couple, let's just say straight out of college or wherever, you know what I'm saying? That need to, and then the true economic index. Now you can see on the news, and you can see from all these different forms of media, oh, it's 3.1, no, it's this, no, it's that. But you need to go to the Economist, you don't need to go to the news. And as of today, the economic index is 5.9%. That's painful. So when folks wonder why we struggle with funding, why we're trying to, or we have to do an increase or something like that, that's the kind of stuff we face. And we're still balancing the budget every year. And y'all know, well, you don't even need to be here all day to know, man, this water and sewer stuff is outrageous high, and this, anything you do is high, you know?
You had to think about too, if you, I know with my grandchildren, when I got them, I had to wash clothes sometimes 3 or 4 times in
yeah.
a week. You
Yeah.
know, towels and all that.
We
I
can-
couldn't afford for my grandchildren to live here
No.
because I'd be washing clothes all the
Right.
time. I couldn't afford it.
So we are posed with some financial challenges, but we are succeeding. All right, this is just a quick blurb of, we have 20 employees, 19 full-time and 1 part-time. That's what it costs us a year to do it. Men, $66,828.10 is what we have, in labor costs. So, it's worth the investment, don't get the wrong idea, but people think that, a couple of things. One, they think that we don't compensate people in a competitive manner, that's not true.
It's not true.
That's not true.
Mm-mm.
And we do those insurance and benefits right there. You know, for the employee, we pay everything.
Yeah, they don't pay anything. for
They don't
it.
pay. Now, if they want additional insurances, they can do that on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's what it costs to run the crew, a little over $1 million a year. All right, this is good news. As you know, our external financial audit, we're audited by Roper and Moss. No findings in both categories, and we finished in a surplus during that year. Now, here's a factoid. We had no findings, and I know y'all watch the news, you've been hearing about all these places that are having findings. The average county or municipality occurs 3.5 findings during an unbiased external audit. And this lady back here behind me has had no findings for how many years in a row?
What is that?
About 8, I guess.
Yeah,
Something like
yeah,
that.
right. And that's the average. I mean, everything's I mean, it's just findings are part of life, and we've not had any
Right.
problems.
So that right there let you see that we've done good,
We
right?
take care of them.
We've done good.
Jonesboro had a lot.
Oh, yeah, Clark County,
Yeah, Carter County got,
or level 13.
yeah.
But,
100,000.
but anyway,
It's like, what?
this little slide here is to show that, and I'm gonna tell you, these audits, they ain't no joke.
No, they're not.
Sharon will tell you, they come in here for almost a week, and honey, there's papers all over this place, and they're in it, boy. And she does all kinds of prep work before they get here. It ain't no joke.
Yeah.
It ain't like they just come in, oh, let me put
Right.
this. There's stacks of stuff everywhere. Sharon works for like a month before that. I mean, it ain't no joke. And y'all get the audit and you see it's that thick. You know what I'm saying? So, something for us to be proud of.
Yes.
All right, how we're doing on current budget year, our appropriations are trending in line with our predicted revenues, so it looks like the numbers are lining up pretty much in layman's terms. My prediction on cost savings is about probably gonna be about 3 to 5% on the stuff that we've done internally. And you'll remember some of the things, I mean, we've eliminated contracts we don't need, all kinds of different things. If I was gonna get way down in the weeds, it's just, I'll give you a good example. We're getting ready to go into mowing season, and Alan and I, we looked at the equipment, we took it all. We have found out over the years that, or the last couple of years, it's better for us to take everything to services before we do anything, and just let the pro change the oil, sharpen the blades, get everything ready. We used to do that ourselves. You think you're saving money, you're not. And we get everything all tuned up and ready to go. Well, we had an old trailer out there, a 6x10 trailer. It's belonged to the town for years. It's beat all to pieces. It's just wear and tear. Nobody did it on purpose, just wear and tear. So we internally did a lot of the refabrication on that. Now, we did have to take the lift gate out at the Twin Cities Wheel, and we actually had one built, a heavier dutier one. And we put all that together, a new one of those trailers. We could just say, let's just go to the board, or it's within my spending limit. No, it wouldn't be. Let's buy us a new trailer. It would've been anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 for a new trailer. We refabbed that trailer and put a heavier lift gate on it, did the welding and grinding ourselves for less than $1,000. Put tires on it, everything. That trailer's like brand new, we did it ourselves.
Yeah.
So we are, again, if you wanna talk about hard cost savings, you know, that's a $1,500, $2,000 cost savings, even if you put the labor in.
Just like the air condition,
Right, yeah,
remember?
right, yeah, we save a ton.
Tons of money on
So
that.
anyway, when it makes sense, we do it ourselves. When it don't make sense, we let the pros do it, and we still save money. So anyway, and then the town's enterprises, water and sewer, and what we consider enterprises right now they're performing well financially, so. All right, Grant, I'm gonna move quicker, cause I know y'all get tired of sitting here. This is just a slide that demonstrates the monetary amounts for the open grants that we have, to the public. And, you see water treatment plant, 803-100, we gotta match it 10% out of water and sewer reserves. We have the funding, no problem. Carter Street sewer renovation is 458-190-52. As you can see, that's a 10%. We pull out of water and sewer reserves. We are adequately funded to do that. Multimodal, $781,900 for multimodal, that's a 5% match, so we come out of the general fund with $39,095, no problem. And then Holston Drive, that's a no match, that's just $10,200, up to $10,200 of fully reimbursable funds that we get back from TDOT. So, then I go on and I just show, here's what Carter Street would look like. Basically, and in a nutshell, this is the drawing and elevation of the sewer replacement from about Kentucky Avenue down to Main Street. And it needs it. I'm gonna tell you, I was down there, we ran the robot through it, and that's some old timey stuff in there, and it's got stuff that it's awful. Another cool thing about paving is, the paving package is in this.
Great.
So when we tear this road up, hopefully this fall, it'll be repaved and resurfaced. So we will get that old bumpy part of Carter Street from the ICC down to Main Street.
Yeah, that was bad, wasn't
It
it?
was, that's the first thing you
Yeah.
said.
I do not have speculative drawings for the water treatment plant, so I just put basically the PER up there on my slide. And as you can see, this is where the money's gonna go. And it totals $830,971.85, and our piece would be $83,097 coming out of water and sewer reserve. Project Brown, that's the multimodal project. Now, this is not the new drawing. This is the first one they sent me. I don't have the new after the survey drawing yet. It's coming from TDOT, but this is the first one that they sent. This is not completely accurate, because you can't see my cursor. The crosswalks potentially will be different than this speculative drawing.
I was gonna get a crosswalk.
Yeah. So we don't have the after survey drawing yet. When we get it, we'll sit down as a board and look at it and decide. But this is just so the public understands the general route of the multimodal project. As you can see, it runs from, a little bit above City Hall all the way to Wells Park.
I love it.
And a lot of folks hadn't saw this, so I wanted to share some for them to understand. Okay, this is Holston Drive, Project Red, as you can see. And basically, it's just striping and signage there at the railroad, at Holston Drive. And if you look there, next to the RR sign, you'll see Billy Wells' house right there, and then you'll see the church, and you'll see the center of the intersection. So this is the $10,200 project. After Norfolk Southern comes in there, and it's a $500,000 project to just tear all that asphalt up and fix the track and make it not so bumpy and better. And then we can come in behind it with this signage project. So I just want to give the public a shot of what that's gonna look like. Okay, real quick, this is the railroad lease project we're talking about down at the Swing Bridge. And you see, this is the original graphic that I had a discussion with Norfolk Southern with. You can see where we own right there, where it says city parking lot. And then that whole strip, all those plats right through there, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plats. We would lease all of those all the way to McClellan. So it gives us a big old swath right through there along Main Street that we could add to the park, and, we could decide then what we're gonna do with it. All right, this just telling, it's the introduction slide, Sharon's team. Basically, this is just a brief summary of what Sharon's team's been doing, hardware upgrades late last year. We installed Fortress cybersecurity. We didn't have any security here, so we put Fortress in. It's works great. Sharon and her team are just pushing right along, and, they have implemented general ledger module, payroll module. And as I told the board earlier, we'll wait till after budget. That utilities module is a booger, man. So we're gonna wait till we get through budget and then attack it then July, August maybe. And then, as y'all know, Citizen Portal, we're excited about Citizen Portal. Once we get all this stuff implemented, and it is the app to be able to pay online.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Do things like that, so, after we get out, it only talks to next gen. So until we're completely up on next gen, Citizen Portal won't talk to Flex Gen. So hopefully in the fall, we'll be there.
We'll be able to start paying online, hopefully in the fall.
Yeah, hopefully in the fall.
I do have to keep up, that's the only bill that actually can pay for the payments right across the street.
Yeah, okay, this is just Alan's team, real quick, and then Alan will have slides after that. He hasn't given them to me yet, but he will. And then Greg, and his team, they'll have slides after this. Janan's gonna have a slide about the courts, and it's very interesting, because the courts, we completely revamped the court system, and it's super more efficient than it was, and we do have Watson RMS, and it talks to our systems now. We've done a bunch of stuff to make the courts like super better than they were. And an offender still needs to have a positive experience here in Bluff City.
Exactly.
If you get a ticket, if David gives you a ticket and you're dead right, and you're like, hey, yeah, Officer Juzak, I was doing 65 and a 45, you just don't wanna sit there for 18 minutes.
Right.
And one of the things we have done, and I've discussed with the board before, traffic stop time has been cut at least in half with Watson RMS. So we want them, and I tell you, I'm not bragging, I am bragging
Yeah.
on our police officers. They go to the car, I've been there, I rode, and they say, and they are courteous, and they tell the offender what's going on, and they quickly do their business with the offender, and they say, thank you, have a nice day, and they move on, so, this needs to be, the public needs to know about this.
I agree.
So Jeanette, she's got court tomorrow, but she'll have me a slide put together, and I guarantee you it'll be a nice one. The way ahead, now here's where I need your help. These are some of the ideas that I feel, or the efforts that I feel that are important to us as a town. First one, renovation and or overhaul of the infrastructure. We are working through repairing, renovating, replacing an aged infrastructure. We still have sewers here that are near 100 years old. They function. Now, they function, don't get me wrong. But, that stuff, as we move forward, at one time, we're gonna do this Carter Street project, and it's gonna get a bunch of WPA, if y'all know what WPA is, 80-year-old, 90-year-old stuff out of the ground.
Goodness, well, what did they, 30 years ago or whatever, what did they do? I mean, didn't they
Well,
work
they did a lot of
infrastructure?
water, they've done some things, but up on, a lot of it's on main arteries, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But, you'll remember, and I know Carol will remember for sure, when we had the initial smoke testing done of the sewers, we found over 330 breaches from Kentucky Avenue on Carter Street to down Main Street to Fleming Drive. We had enough money in these grants, and this ARPA money, we had just enough to get to Carter Street. So as we get that project accomplished, as next year, year thereafter, we need to come on down Main Street with another lick, and another lick, and another lick, until we get it, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So, infrastructure is key, because number one, we're obligated by the charter to provide it.
Right.
Number two, citizens deserve the best services. Capital investments,
We wanna attract people to come here
yeah,
and have businesses here. They better be able to hook up
you
and get
better,
water.
you better get good water and good sewer if you want.
Exactly, exactly.
And I mean, the businesses that we have attracted are doing well.
Absolutely, and there's more to come, there's more to come.
I have some
I
friends
mean,
from the Carolinas, they've been coming over here to this, down here, what is it, Tap House or something like that? They've been coming here.
I mean, think about it, Diner does great,
Mhm.
Tap House is doing great, coffee shop's doing great, got a
Henry's
brewery
making
going.
beer and selling it.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
It's some excitement going, and don't forget
We'll
about
get
the
some
family
momentum.
committee.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're doing great.
They got a full plate this year, they really do, there's a lot going on.
They,
this
yeah,
year.
I mean, they're doing great.
So, you know, folks are taking notice of West City,
Yeah.
they certainly are.
Yeah.
So, capital investments and improvements, I mean, that's the things we wanna do, is that we want to make what we have better, but we wanna look for opportunity to invest. We want to find properties or business opportunities that we could purchase and use them for economic development, or as we grow, potential annexes, you know. Digitalization, I've already talked about that. We still have too much paper. And we're gonna continue to look at our business practices and find out ways to be able to digitalize things. Now, there are certain things by law we cannot digitalize here. And that we have to manually sign, and that's just the way it is. But if there are opportunities for us to give a better experience to the public, or for our staff to work more efficiently, we need to take it. Human capital, I've already talked about that a little bit. You know, our strength here is our 20 employees in the staff. They are rock stars. They are. We've went through a bit of proofing of the staff, and the folks that we have now are good folks. They come to work every day wanting to go to work. They're proud to work for Bluff City, and we want to take care of them. And a couple of ways we want to do that is training and compensation. We want to make sure that they're adequately trained, not just for safety purposes or be able to function in their roles, but also that they're properly compensated thereafter. We want to maintain a cost savings mindset. We want to look for, and Alan and Greg and Sharon and myself, the department heads, I'm not gonna call it pinching pennies. I'm calling it looking for more efficient ways to do it, or forecasting something that will avoid cost later. We want to look for grants, and we always look for grants. I'm always on, there are some grants, and I'll be candid with you, some grants you don't want. You gotta learn them. Some of the grants is, you know, oh yeah, we'll give you the money, but it's 50% match, and hell, we'll give you $2 million, but you gotta come up with $1 million, and we can't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like crazy restrictions. on
Right,
usage.
or, what's the environmental concerns, what do we have to do for restrictions, anyway. There are some, we're looking for some, folks do wanna help us, I get emails all the time, hey Jeff, what about this, have you looked at that? You know, some are good for us, and I'll bring them to the board, some I'm like, I don't think we can do that one, but, public relations and ambassadorship, Carol just touched on that. I mean, it's a fun place to be. We have events, we're gonna start picking in the park up again, we're gonna do this, we're gonna have hopefully the biggest Heritage Day or days, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about that, we've ever had, Patriot Day, I mean, there's something to do here.
It's something to do, and that's what people like.
Right,
Yeah.
That's what people like. They like getting out and having clean fun.
right,
And
clean,
fun.
safe,
Close to
Fun.
home.
Exactly.
close to home.
Now,
Right. We wanna seek and improve our local partnerships, just like I talked about before. I mean, we have a great relationship with the city of Bristol. I talk with the Kelly just about daily. Anything we need, they're willing to help, we're willing to help them. You know what I'm saying? They bailed us out a couple of times here recently, the jetter.
the jetter.
And all I had to do was make a call, and they're like, Jeff, what else do you need? That's what we want. We want that kind of relationship. And then lastly, keep our stakeholders updated, that should be updated, I'll correct that, and involved. Yes, we are the deciding governing body of what occurs here in the town, but we're citizens first. And we need to hear the feedback, we need to be talking and listening, mostly listening, well, before we sit down and make a decision, the folks we represent. Nobody has a district here, everybody's at large. So, and this is one of the other ways we want, I don't think this has ever been done. I mean, I give a 90-day brief when I first became mayor, but this is the kind of stuff we need to be doing. We need to get it out there, let folks see, let them be involved.
I think that's one thing, that and you kinda touched on it, but I mean, there's a lot more respectability when the words Bluff City come up. I think our officers, when they're in court, they do a good job, they handle their business, they look professional when they're in court, you know.
They do.
I have people say, man, y'all are doing some good stuff down there, like, you know, our reputation is improving.
It has improved, and, you know,
And I mean, that's in all different facets, and, I mean, I'm proud of that.
I am
Like,
too.
and
a
you,
lot of people think Bluff City's a laughing stock, you know,
It was.
we're, you know, making the news for getting in fistfights.
Well, I mean, it was kind of laughing, you know, it was sad, but it
I mean,
was.
I'm not trying to call any individuals
I
out,
know.
but I'm just saying, like, we're turning the corner, like, and I'm proud of that.
That's encouraging. That's
I
encouraging.
mean, I work in Kingsport and I work in Bristol every week, so, you know, I hear, you know, I see city councilmen and board members, all, you know, that I work with, and, you know, they have good things to say, not making fun of us anymore.
Exactly,
And it
exactly.
feels good, it feels
It
good.
really
to be a part of
does.
it.
it feels good, and just to add to what Ben's saying, I mean, you know, I get email, I contact a lot of friends that are out elected officials, and they're like, Jeff, when you coming up to the legislature, when you gonna do this? I mean, for the first time, I set 6 boards. You know what I'm saying? And my predecessor now, giving her credit, she did plow some of the ground, before I got here. But now, there have been additional opportunities since then, she started plowing the ground. But we came together as a board, and we made a lot of things happen, so,
Well, you know, I
well,
was
we
in a
proud.
meeting, not too long ago, I won't mention no names, but this one person, I said something kind of like what you said, you guys are doing a good job, said y'all keep going, don't stop, said keep going.
All right,
So,
well,
that was encouraging.
that is the draft shell of the presentation. Can y'all think of anything we should add, take away? The only thing, like I say, that you're not gonna see is these slides are not, and I will tell you, Blue Team, has a really nice several slides to insert on their part on it. It's gonna show statistics, it's gonna show some of the things that they're doing in the field, it's nice. And I think Sergeant Justin Bays is the guy putting that together, and I saw a preview of it, it's nice. And then I'm certain Alan he'll report well, and I'm certain Jan will have a very detailed and informative slide for the public. So, can y'all think of anything we've missed, or any accomplishment, anything that we should cover? I don't want it to be 2 hours long, but I do wanna make sure, and I have invited the media and anybody, and my fellow elected officials, our fellow elected officials, to come down and see what we're doing. Here it is. Well, if you think of anything, we have till next Tuesday to pitch it, and I can fix something in a heartbeat. So if you come up with any ideas or whatever, just give me a call or come down and we'll tweak a little bit. Once I get this thing together, what I will do is, and I have every department slides. I'll probably break you off a paper copy and deliver it to you. Like a 2 or 4 slide page where you can just kinda know what's coming.
I'd love to have the mission, the vision, all of that.
Oh, you'll get it all,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'll give you, you won't come in here blind. I'll have the police department deliver it once, hopefully by Friday, I'll have all my slides together. Of course, the town will be off Friday for Good Friday. They're closed, but I'll be here. And, anyway, I'm gonna do my best to get it in your hands. This is not an agenda, so I do not have a time limit on it. It's
Right.
deliverable, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we'll get it to you, and I'll be, matter of fact, for the BMA, you'll get your agenda on Wednesday for it, because the town offices are closed on Good Friday, so I'll kick it out. As of right now, we don't have any real important items on BMA agenda except reports, and this will be part of the mayor, town manager piece, right, that I give. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen of the board, I'm open to any question that you have. Sharon's here, if you have questions for her on, any way that we're conducting business.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You sweepy.
A little bit.
All right, hearing no questions, at this point, I'm gonna open up public comment session. Would anyone like to speak?
I just wanna say, I'll get that, do it, get that training.
What is the community?
Would you mind, this is a formal thing, Carolyn, would you stand up? And we've got you on camera, and, go ahead and
Carolyn
state your
Payne,
name and address for the
Love City
record.
Highway. What is the community relations that you all are referring to?
I'll be glad to answer that for you, Ms. Payne. We, recently had a meeting here that involved the Bluff City Family Committee, churches and nonprofits, also Sullivan County Department of Education was here. And it's an effort to synergize all the nonprofits and folks that are trying to do good things in the community. We were only the host for the meeting. Yeah, I was here and I did say a few words and this, that, and the other. But the effort is just to get all those heads in one room.
Okay, like our 13 nonprofit that we give
Yeah,
money to.
anybody that wants to
Okay.
come, but we also, Chuck Carter, Director of Schools, was here, and he did speak to the forum, and it's just an effort to put all those folks in one room to eliminate duplication of effort. Let's just say, for example, Church XYZ is, I don't know, putting shoes on people, and there's another church doing the same thing. Let's put them together, let's talk about it, see if we can do it together better, or maybe I'll do something else. And, this next meeting, I do invite you to come, they're open to the public.
Okay, well, I've just not seen any notification of
Yeah.
it, so.
You
that's
did
what-
bring it before the board before you invited them in, and the board
Yes,
said
ma'am.
it's okay. You did
Yes,
bring it before the
yes,
board.
we did.
Well, I mean,
Sure
I
we
don't
did.
remember.
But
that
we
being
were only the
discussed,
host.
so.
This
Right.
building
Right.
was only the
Right.
host.
Okay, well,
That's it.
it's just the publication of it, where is it posted?
I can post it if you like, I mean, but again, this next one, they just use the boardroom, I mean, we're just the
Well, I know,
host.
but to let this, are you inviting
I
the
think the
citizens
family
to
committee did post it last time.
attend? Unfortunately, I'm blocked from their Facebook.
Okay,
page,
well,
so-
I will make sure then that it's, we'll put it on town page, how
Okay.
about that?
Well, I mean, if it affects the town, and it leads to the next question, you're talking about the Chamber of Commerce. Is this the synergy that you're talking about for a Chamber of Commerce?
I can't answer that, Ms. Payne. Chamber of Commerce idea is a blue sky idea at this point. It's something that I think the board members and I would consider supporting in the future, but it's not solid.
Well, I've just heard the Chamber of Commerce now mentioned.
Yeah,
Tonight would be 2 times, so that I've definitely heard it mentioned, so. With that said, I mean, that, I guess that's pretty much it, except one big thing, the charter. Will you all please, I know you all are busy doing a lot of things, but our charter needs to be updated so badly,
We all agree with that, Ms. Payne.
okay? Well, I mean,
More to come.
originally I thought that is why the workshops were set up.
No, they're to discuss, Ms. Payne, if I could, work sessions are designed for work other than a formal meeting. You know, cause you can look at TCA, you're good at looking at
I am.
TCA. Also, they're in preparation of,
Or the following meeting, which I get that too. the
and we
regular
discuss
meeting.
agenda items, which
Right.
at this point, for the BMA upcoming on April 2nd, there are no items to discuss on the agenda. And also, as a dual role mayor and town manager, I brief the board on the business of the town. And if you're looking at TCA, I can do that.
Well, if you, all right.
For
so
information
you-
purposes only, if I quote it right from the TCA, I know them pretty well.
Well, I know that. when
And
you've
you're
done-
way above 3 minutes. Thank you, Ms. Payne. Anyone else like to speak? Hearing none, I declare this meeting adjourned.
All right, should be this way.
What is the big,
I like it.
action?
I don't know.
But they did do a full review.
I finally did.
I was
I
clear
finally did
brush
last
and
night.
limbs and stuff, so
I like
mower,
that stuff like that.
I
That
fell.
simple
I
problem
will.
always
I
up,
cut
no matter
myself.
what.
Did
On my
you
part.
see?
I
I saw you had a big old cut on you the other day.
And I lay back down
Oh,
and I
you did?
thought, woke
And I
up
rolled
in
my
this
foot.
and I thought,
It's-
wow.
It decided, like, I didn't even know it was hurt until like
This whole past
Wednesday.
week, like every 2
And all of a
hours.
sudden,
waking up
yesterday, it
and
started
I'm just
swelling.
like, what's
So
going on?
like, I got,
Sure, you get looked at.
I know.
You did a
Like, I
good
don't
job.
think I broke anything.
Feel
It's-
better.
Is that-
Yeah. Say that now.